綺麗に何か形を作るで人間の思うように形を作るんじゃなくて、この自然の形とそれから人間が介入して、家具を作るっていうこの営みもすごく尊い営みなんですけど、その間にたまたまできてしまう、この、端材でリサイクルっていう意味でも、それから人間の意図を超えた何か、で自然と人間の間にあるものっていう意味でもすごく象徴的なんじゃないかなということで、あとは管理ハウスさんにどういう材料を使うと何か面白いですかねっていうディスカッションをする中でこういう端材の存在を教えていただいて、これは今回のインスタレーションに本当に象徴的なんじゃないかなと。
We are architects. So is an architect, very well known and reputed architect. Me, I'm an architect. We are surrounded by architects because we have a lot of colleagues, friends, and wonderful collaborators that are architects. Someone is also not an architect, but we are supposed to design buildings. We are supposed to design chairs, tables, furniture, spaces, interior. But it's the end of everything. What we design is not only simple physical stuff. We design also the mentality of people. We design the behavior of people. We design the idea, the desires, the ambitions of people. And under this point of view, it is very important because we know, we understand that we are totally sure that we can change reality, changing the mentality of people. And that is the meaning of this project. We do not want to use more space or to use more cement or concrete or what else. We want to show that we are responsible. We need to be responsible. We are in a time that is very, very difficult for social problems, for the wars, for the climate change. But we are responsible, and we know that we have to treat space with very much attention. And space is not illimited. Space as the quantity enough to survive, for humanity to survive. And we are managing the space. Our real activity is to manage the space. And so did a wonderful installation. And me too, I did an installation. And the concept to do installations is very important because installations is something that we can do with what we have already. We do not use resources that cannot be reproduced. We believe that in the future, installations is one of the most important activity for architects and designers to show that everything can be seen with different views, with a different mind, and that we want to create a better mindset to face the troubles of humanity.
So yeah, the first time we did the online talk about this project, and then you talked about the concept of this installation, Leave It Be, and that was really, really like for me, it's quite important concept and quite like a fundamental in a sense for our future and also for our like a creative mindset. So could you explain more about this concept, specific concept, Leave It Be?
Leave it be is a very simple word, and the meaning is be careful, don't touch, step back. And I believe that it's very important today that we consider reality under a new perspective. And the new perspective is that reality is not to consume and to use and to consume and to use, but is to enjoy what we see, to enjoy and to admire the magnificence of nature in our planet. And if we wanted to see something, we have to put in front of us. We want to put in front of our eyes and in front of our mind. Because if we don't bring together eyes and mind, we don't really grasp the real meaning of what we see. And under this point of view, we want to demonstrate that the space by itself is the origin of life. This space of this Earth's atmosphere is the origin of life. And we don't see because we see what is on the other side of the space, we see what is around the space, but we don't see the space because the space is invisible in some way. So we want to put under the eyes of mind the space that we have in front of us. And you did a wonderful installation because through your flying piece of wood, we see that there is something on the other side. And this idea that there is something on the other side is a wonderful reference to say, look, there is always something that we don't see. There is always something that should be considered, and with our mentality, with our way of living, with our stressy life, we don't see. And instead, it's the origin of everything.
Yeah, it was really impressive for me to hear your concept. It was like the truth online, but for me, it's really like important things because you keep some specific area like as a positive emptiness in a sense, not just an empty, but positive emptiness, and not touch. But not touch doesn't mean like do not do anything, but you see it, we see it, and we see it in a really serious way, and then positively leave it as it is, and then allow nature or allow people's mind to come here to make it more like how to say, full of like a wonderful diversities and then wonderful things by leaving it be as it is. And that is like for me, I felt it is relating to our really fundamental like importance to see how the world it is. And also for me, it was relating to kind of the Japanese like the concept to accept the whole world as it is and making the space empty in a very positive meanings. And that was like the huge inspirations for me to think about this installation, because it's like in Japan, our culture sometimes makes something physical, but sometimes not making anything, but that means a lot. And keep some space empty means quite like important and a lot of things. And that was like really connecting you and me through such a conceptual like thinkings. And that was like a huge inspiration for me.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So this definition of positive emptiness is so wonderful. It's wonderful because it is positive. That means that we do not have any alternative than not to be positive, than not to be optimistic. Because if we are pessimistic and we suffer and we have pain, we will not be able to react. We will not have energy for reacting. We have to be positive. And the concept of emptiness is a wonderful concept because emptiness is again is the origin of any shape. Yes, wonderful. It is a beautiful way also to combine Japanese culture and Italian culture.
Yeah, that's true. And then I was really impressed by your way to make this like a positive emptiness space, because you created one brick. But this one brick, it's just like a handy, so anybody can place to any place to create such a circle of like the concept of leave it be. In any occasions within the room or outside or in the nature or on the street or wherever, we can imagine the areas of positive emptiness full of like a lot of things for us, for our mindset and for the world. And this idea is like a people can do by themselves, by your hands, to create such a physical positive emptiness, but at the same time create the mindset to respect this kind of the emptiness itself. So that is,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
So in a sense, it was like a big challenge for me because your concept is so beautiful, and then how I react, or how to make those kind of the harmony between your concept and then my installation was like a really big challenge. Like of course, it's a big fun, but it's a big challenge. And then for us, like together with the Kandi House, how we, from our side, bringing such a Japanese culture of positive emptiness, how we create this installation was like a really nice, like a creative activity. And finally, we thought about, because we are from like Japan, but we are specifically from Hokkaido and Asahikawa, and this is a place of like a forest and a wood. So we thought about how we can use these natural materials, and of course this wood is like the symbolic materials to represent the circulation of the nature and human activity in a sense. So, and then finally we used those kind of leftover wooden pieces through the process of the furniture like production. These wood pieces is like they had its own unexpected shapes because by the process of the furniture manufacturing, it's like the furniture piece is like a positive shape, and then this is kind of the leftover, so negative shape. But negative shape has its own like meanings in this installation because it is like no intention or no intended shapes.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful.
Yeah, and then it has, some of them has like the surface of the wood, the tree trunks. So it is really like something between real nature and then artificial interventions. And then we hanged those pieces by the circular shapes, but we put the cubic frames. Of course, this is like a support, physical support, but at the same time, this cubic shape is also quite important, has quite important meanings for the Japanese culture. It's like a tea house.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, the size of this cubic shape is like the 2 tatami, traditional tatami size. And then the tea house is the place where human being face to each other and also face to the nature through this like minimal space. And this is like a kind of the pure empty space, but at the same time the full of like the meanings. So that is the reason why we try to combine this cubic shape of the tea house, Japanese traditional tea house, together with the concept of this circular shape. And then finally, now it is here. And I'm really happy to see.
Wonderful. It is really the essence of the Japanese culture. And this is fantastic. Fantastic also to hear all the meaning of this object. You know, we design meaningful objects and meaningful spaces and meaningful buildings. If we are not looking for the meaning of what we do, we just produce stuff and nothing else, and the world will be in a short cover of stuff that without meaning and does not help humanity to understand itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I'm very happy. We did the brick also in wood.
Yeah.
Because this wood stay on the floor, and especially if it is outside, will easily be naturalized by the rain, by the cold, the warm of summertime, and will be disintegrated and will return to be earth, to be mud, to be mud. But another brick that we did has been done in mud, just mud,
Yeah.
just pressed mud that will disappear very shortly because with the rain, mud get disintegrated. But also with mud that has been cooked in the oven, so it's a little bit more resistant. We did also a brick in cork, and they are all materials that are part of this idea of nature that is recycling itself directly. Nature is independent by humans. We are depending by humans, by nature, and we have been born with the laws of nature, and we have to be at the same time very, very careful about nature, but at the same time very respectful of nature, because nature can be also very nasty, it can be very, very aggressive, as well as very lovable and really moving our emotions and our soul.
Yeah, I really like the idea. Some of the bricks is like a really like in the nature, in the weather, it is more like a melting or gets old, and finally the boundary is almost like a vanishing. That is
Exactly.
also very beautiful idea, because of course we make the boundary, and then we can say like a leave it be, and then positive like emptiness. But after like years, then the boundary is naturally vanishing, and then finally the human intervention and then the natural like activities is almost like a melting to each other. That is really beautiful. Like
thank you. So you are explaining the concept of leave it be better than me. And that's wonderful. Yes. And yes, my dream is that everybody will use this word, this concept, leave it be. That is written in one word. There is not live. It is one word, because it is a kind of a message to understand each other. To say, I am a leave it be man. Are you a leave it be man? Do you know what leave it be is really, if you want, a construction, is a mental construction, but is as well important. Yes, as you said before, everybody is free to build its own leave it be circle. Everybody can do inside his apartment, in the terrace, in the garden, in the parking space, everywhere. And this is for me was very, if you want, surprising, the idea to do a brick that instead than to build a building is just a brick to build an attitude, an idea.
Yeah, that's also really beautiful part of the concept, because the brick is one of the really like oldest material to make the buildings.
Yes, exactly.
But now for your concept, the brick is the material to respect the nature, or to create this positive emptiness, to make like for our future, like understanding of how we live together with the nature, or follow to the nature.
Yes.
And that's
thank you so much.
Amazing. Yeah,
I'm very happy. I'm very happy about what you said, and that you are here in Milan, in our office, in the office of the Circle, because you know that the name of the company that is working here is Circle, because Circle is also a wonderful, and you know very well
Yeah.
because you're using better than us, and your work is inspiring continuously. The circle is a geometrical shape where every point is at the same distance from the center. There are no other polygonal shapes that can have this quality. And the circle is also the idea to bring it together many competencies, many disciplines. And we are in a time in which we need, because if everybody is specialized in something, but nobody will connect the specialization, we are lost. I mean, there's a lot of knowledge that nobody can use. And instead, in the circle, everybody can bring it together, many different knowledge, many different experiences, and this will help for next step that we have to do. Humanity is work in process, and no way. We are in continuous working on, because we are never satisfied, and luckily we are never satisfied.
Yeah, I think through your the explanation, I'm really I really like the ideas of course, yeah, this is circle, but it's like an open circle. It is like inviting a lot of different things, a lot of different diversities. It's not like a closed circle. It's more like
jail is not a jail.
Yeah, it's more like but at the same time, it has the really clear, simple shapes where people can recognize it as the people are gathering together or connecting to each other, and then still inviting a lot of things. So it's like open field, and yeah, so that is really relating to a leave it be. It's not only for open to the human activity, but also open for the nature is flowing, and then to make those positive interactions to each other.
Well, may I hug you? may I embrace you?
Thank you.
Thank you for your work.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I got a lot of inspirations. The conversation with you.